Welcome back, video design students. In this video, we're going to add lower thirds titles and animate them. A lower thirds title is called that because it occupies the lower third of the screen right here. So what we want to do is we're going to have a logo pop up here, and then we're going to have a bar reveal itself here, and we're going to have text fade in on top of that bar to identify the announcer. So let's get started. Let's make sure we're back at the main project folder level by using the up a level folder icon here, and we're going to open the graphics folder. And in the graphics folder, we have, if we double click on it, this. This is what it's going to look like when we assemble it. We also have this broken down into its components. We have the bar, we have the text, and we have the logo. So these three items are what we're going to animate. Let's start with the logo. So what we're going to do is click and drag this into the sequence. And I think we probably want that to come up before he starts talking about the event. So let's play and see when he starts doing that.
We had some great performances today. First, the 1A women's MVP was
Okay, so somewhere around here where we are right now, this is where we want this to pop in. So let's just put it somewhere in that general area and zoom in. Maybe after this, maybe this is where we want it to pop up, somewhere a few seconds after he starts talking. And there it is. It's obviously not in the right position, and I don't think it's quite big enough. So let's put it in the right position. Select it and come to the Effects tab, and then we're going to use the X and Y position and the scale to put it in the right place and scale it up. So let's adjust the Y position by hovering over that number and clicking and dragging to pull it down. And then let's adjust the X position by clicking and dragging to move it over to the lower left-hand corner. And then let's use the scale to scale it up a little bit. I think maybe 150% is good. And then let's adjust again. This is where we want it to end up when it pops up. All right. So to make it pop up, we need to start off the screen. Hover over the Y position and drag it down until it's off the screen. And then turn on the animation watch here, and that sets your first keyframe. Use your right arrow key to move forward like 10 frames. And then hover over the Y position and drag it up until it's where we want it to be. And then play that and see if the speed is right.
Here.
That's pretty good, but I think it could be actually a little faster. So I'm going to take that ending keyframe and drag it a little bit closer to the beginning one.
Here.
Generally, you want these things to be pretty fast. You don't want it to just sort of crawl up on the screen. All right, so now we want the bar to sort of roll out from here. Okay, so let's get the bar and let's use the vertical zoom over here so we can see that third track. And let's put the bar on top, right on top of this. Now we want this lower thirds title to be visible the whole time that the announcer is speaking. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit and move over here so I can see the whole announcer clip. And I'm going to select each one of these clips, each one of these graphics clips, and I'm going to drag this all the way to the end of where the announcer is speaking. Now, this being a picture, just a JPEG, you can make it as long or as short as you want. So now I'm going to zoom back in now that I've made them the size that I want. Let's animate this bar. Let's first adjust its position and scale. So select the bar graphic and move it down using the Y position, and move it over using the X position, and then we're going to scale it up. And you will immediately notice that it is in front of the logo. We don't want that. We want it to be behind the logo. So we're going to have to change this layer order. All we got to do is switch them. So what we need to do is create another track here. If we zoom out, you can see we've got 3 tracks. We need to create another one. So to create another track, we need to right-click and select Add Track. We need to right-click on an existing track. Okay, so we need to take this one and move it up, and take this one and move it up, and then take the bar and move it down below so it's behind the logo. Now to make this bar appear as if it rolls out of the logo, we're going to use a mask. And what a mask does is it covers up an element in the video. So let's put a mask on this bar. Make sure you have the bar selected, and then we're going to come up here to the opacity segment in the Effect Controls tab. You may have to open it up like so. And here are the masking tools right here. So we want to click, we can make a circular mask, we can make a rectangular mask, or we can draw a freehand mask with the pen tool. Let's just create a rectangular mask, and when you click this, the bar is going to disappear. And you can see a piece of it here, it's covered with the mask. So now what we need to do is select these points on the mask and open that up and drag it back here behind the logo so we can see the whole thing. And you may have to work at this a little bit. Sometimes it's a little hard to see these, to manipulate these points. But you want to adjust it so that you can see the whole bar, like so. And now what we're going to do is animate the position of these two endpoints to reveal the bar. So let's take this one, and you can hold down Shift and select the second one too, so you can drag them both at the same time. And we're going to drag this all the way over here. But while we're doing that, I want you to notice that the edge of this bar is a little sharp. I want to make it fuzzy. So I'm going to adjust the feather. The feather needs to be maybe 15. All right, so let's continue dragging this forward and behind the logo so it looks like the thing is hidden behind the logo. And then we're going to turn on the mask path animation toggle, the little watch right here. And that creates keyframe. Going to move our time slider forward a few frames and select the mask again. Click away from the mask path and then select it again. Click those two points by holding down Shift. I have to select both of them. Hold down Shift, there we go. And then move that forward to reveal the whole bar. All right, so now what we have, if we toggle this, you can see we have, and you can see the fuzzy edge here. Let's try to make it a little fuzzier even still. Let's change that to 20, maybe 25 even, but you don't want it to be too much. There we go. And now we have this thing popping up like so. So let's see if that works.
Championships here from the Irwin Bell.
That's way too slow, as you can see. All right, so we're going to zoom in on this. And we're going to drag those a lot closer together.
Championships here from the Irwin.
Still too slow.
Championships here from the Irwin.
Still too slow.
Championships here from the Irwin.
That's better. You really want it to just pop out of there.
Here from the Irwin.
That's better.
Ships here from the Irwin.
There you go. Okay, now the final thing we want to happen here is we want the text to fade in on top of the bar. So what we're going to do now is select the text and drag it in here and put it on top of everything else. And we need to adjust it. So come to where the bar is completely visible and use your time slider, just move it. And then we're going to select the text. We're going to make the text as long as everything else, like we did before. Just click and drag that edge like so. And then we're going to zoom in and adjust this position using the X and Y position like so. And we're going to make it bigger, as big as it can be. And then we're going to put an I want you to notice something. You see the edge of this looks a little fuzzy. That's because the feather of the mask on the bar is too much. So what we're going to do is select the bar and adjust that feather down a little bit by opening the opacity. Where is that thing? There we go. I had the wrong thing selected. Adjust that feather down a little bit, maybe 23. Okay, now we need to start with the text not visible. So go to the beginning here, select the text, which is on the top clip, and make the opacity 0. Do not turn on the watch yet. And then we're going to move forward to where the bar is done sliding out here. And then starting somewhere in here, we're going to start fading the text in. So at this point, turn on the watch, move forward maybe 10 frames, and make the opacity 100% by clicking on it and typing in 100. And this is what we should have.
Ships here from the Irwin Bell.
And there you go. Now what we want to happen is we want all of this to go in reverse at the end. So that happens at the end of this clip, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to do that in another video. And I'll see you in the next video.